It's Week 11 of the 2030 season, and we've got the Seahawks, leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Seahawks and the Pats, and it's coming.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Well, now how about this return? And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So now here come the Patriots to take over on offense. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip, and I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. O'Connell working from the gun. That complete. It's Tyler Scott with it. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Slot man moves right. To throw here, O'Connell. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Throwing, O'Connell. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Oliver. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's O'Connell. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas,
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Here's O'Connell. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Barnes eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
They'll run with a 2nd-round pick from April's draft. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. They'll keep it on the ground. Forbes. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call.
Automatic
mark off the
first down.
5 and keep it moving.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. That's complete out left to Ayuk. The Seahawks at 4-5, a game under 500, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, Barnes. And that is incomplete. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
And he will have a Patriots 1st down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the 1st down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. The slot man in motion right.
Back to throw, O'Connell.
He finds his man, complete. It's Oliver. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Back to the ground with Robinson. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And O'Connell now to throw. That'll be caught. It's Scott.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Here's O'Connell looking to throw it.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Off play action. Barnes. Over the middle, complete. That's Howard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
2nd and 11. He's got Sanders on the out route. It's caught.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 31-yard line. Back to throw. Barnes. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Barnes. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 21. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Brandon Ayuk
from 21 yards away.
And the Seahawks have got it back to within a score.
That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Patriots to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Now O'Connell. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Out of the shotgun, here's O'Connell. And a dump off here to Robinson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. From the shotgun, O'Connell. Throw left side, complete to Scott. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return, and the Patriots take over.
New England's offense set to go. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
On the counter, this is Robinson.
Able to power through. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
That's going to be caught by Moss. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
Back to throw. O'Connell. He finds his man complete. That's Oliver. They stop short. Down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Robinson diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Pass on for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Barnes throwing the out route incomplete. It's Sanders. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And that's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10. Fakes the handoff. Now O'Connell to throw. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 1st half. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It's fielded at the 45. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this 1st half. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They'll keep it on the ground.
Forbes. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to kick it away.
A nice little juke.
It'll be a 45-yard punt, and couple that with a loss on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. The drive will start with an option going left. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Robinson up the middle.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Looking to throw. O'Connell. He finds his man. Complete. It's Oliver. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
Off the play fake. O'Connell.
And he will find his man on the outside. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Over the middle, that's caught by Scott. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. His throw caught at about the 5.
And the Patriots are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Back to throw. O'Connell. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Barnes. Forced out to his left. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble, 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up fourth. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
They run. It's Oliver. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. O'Connell from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another 1st down there.
O'Connell working from the gun. That's out wide here for Robinson.
And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw here, O'Connell.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Throwing, O'Connell.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. We get set for the 4th quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football.
Now it's O'Connell.
And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
He gets away from one. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
63 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Here's a 2nd and 8. O'Connell quick out wide and complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Here's O'Connell. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Tyler Scott from 3 yards out. And the Patriots add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the fourth quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Barnes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. Following the fumble recovery. O'Connell. Dances by him. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Looking to throw. O'Connell. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Patriots are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Barnes to the left side. He's got Sanders. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Steps away to his left. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Back to throw. Barnes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 19 yards there on the catch and run. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Barnes. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice the Pats at the line ready to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. On the run, it's Oliver. To the 43, 2nd down.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way.